Hi, everybody. I'm Sharon, compulsive eater. I weigh and measure 3 meals a day off the gray sheet, committed to my sponsor, and I don't eat in between meals no matter what. I'm very grateful for my abstinence. And Theta, thank you for asking me to speak on the meeting. Um, very grateful to be here. So I wanted to actually, I'm talking a little low because I'm from Pennsylvania, but I'm in Florida right now visiting cousins and baby sleeping. Their baby's sleeping. So my abstinence date is November 17th, 2015. And that was after in April 2010, I came into OA, the Overeaters Anonymous, at 222 pounds. And miserable, uh, unhealthy, sad, depressed, everything. And then by 2015, I had already gained back 20 pounds. And I was miserable because I thought that OA was the last house on the block. I had no idea that a gray sheet even existed. So I was at an OA meeting. Thank God my husband pushed me out of the house and said, "You're miserable. Please go to your meeting." And I went. And on that meeting is where I met my current sponsor. Um, she was talking about 12-step program, but talking about how she has this, her program is a little more strict. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, there's another program out there. I must go and speak to her. So the minute the meeting was over, I ran. I think I hear when people qualify the same stuff, but it never gets old to me. I was overweight. I was miserable. I couldn't fit into clothes. I didn't want to go places. I was embarrassed. I hated myself. Hated myself. Had no idea where to go. Couldn't understand why I was such a horrible, weak person because I couldn't stop. And I see people, oh, I'm so full. What does that mean? No clue. No clue. Like, how are you full? What does that mean? I'm looking at my notes because I get a little anxious sometimes. I missed out on a lot of activities with my family. The last picture that I have, which was the night in April that I went home and cried my eyes out once and for all. Well, not really once and for all, I have to say, but um, I everybody was running a 5K, walking a 5K, 10K. I could barely even walk to go watch them. Forget about my legs. It was horrible. That night I was just crying and I was on the computer because what makes it better than eating is shopping for me. So I was shopping online and something popped up about OA. No idea how, no idea why. That's how I got to OA. And then my story was through OA, I got to Gray Sheet. I had a lot of unrealistic thoughts in my head. I just made up a whole life for myself, did a lot of comparisons. If this one was fatter than me, then I was good so that I could eat more, so the whole story. So that was then. Getting on to the OA was great, but my sponsor in OA, may he rest in peace, had used to tell me, because I never made it to a year of abstinence, never. And he was saying, you have to be more willing. And I said, I can't be any more willing than I am. I don't want to do it. Like, I didn't understand, and neither did he because he was not in Gray Sheet. So that's why I gained the 20 pounds and ended up in Gray Sheet. So now I'm in Gray Sheet, and now I get it. Now I understand why I'm doing this, because I cannot have sugar. I cannot have the anything we don't eat. I can't have it because that triggers something for me. I didn't want to be that way. I was angry. when I first came in. Even to Gray Sheet, I was desperate and I wanted to do it, and I would have eaten dirt if she told me to. I kid you not, I was so desperate, but I was still angry. Um, so I always like to share this because this helped me so much. I was probably in a couple of months and I was still feeling depressed. I was still feeling less than, I was still feeling everything. And I'm weighing and measuring the food. And there was a woman that was in a meeting in New York, and she, she was 25 years. She was celebrating 20, either 20 or 25, I think 25 years. And I was like, oh my gosh. And she just seemed so peaceful and everything else. And I went up to her and I said, I'm miserable and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm miserable still. And she says to me, keep weighing and measuring your food, and says, have a good day, and walked away. I got in the car. I was hysterical crying. I was angry. I won't tell you what I said in the car, but I was like, what does that have to do with me feeling so miserable? What does that have to do with anything? You know, but I have to say that I've learned it has everything to do with everything. And today I understand having two scales in my pocketbook because I traveled just in case one didn't work, and extra batteries. I have scales in my car. I have a scale at home. I have my daughter-in-law has one at her house. She's now using it too. But it makes so much sense. Weighing and measuring is the way to go for me. Um, so I guess what I really want to talk about also is what I did just the other day to get here in Florida. I'm at my husband's cousin's house. There's a baby. Um, it's a house that they're renting, so we don't know. I didn't know the area. I didn't know, are there stores, are there not stores. I came with full food for me. And when I'm traveling, I relax because I weighed and measured everything. Are they number 10s? Absolutely not. I'm eating a lot of the small little things that we measure, and a lot of those, like, crispy, crackly things, and a lot of the sawdust. But it's delicious to me because not only does it allow me to be in a normal body, that we were just sitting outside in the heat and I was sweating a little bit like a normal person rather than sweating my brains out and barely able to breathe. I was able to get up out of the chair that I didn't break and walk into the house, passing, and I do this even in restaurants today because it feels so good to me. I had to walk between two chairs, and a chair and a table, and it was just amazing that I'm able to do it. That never gets old for me, ever, because I'm so grateful, and because I know, because I listen to what people say, that I could be back to where I was in no time. I know exactly what I would eat to get there. I know exactly how much I need to eat to get there because it only takes one bite for me. I've tried it. Like people say, I've done the research. And I'm just, now, ordinarily, when I'm packing, the very first thing I do is I pack my food first because I could always get clothes. I could always get suitcases. I don't care. I pack my food first. But this time with the holiday and cleaning up from the holiday before I leave, I couldn't. So the last thing was packing my food. Did I want to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning when I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning after I'm still recovering from from a year ago? I had some major surgery. No, I didn't want to do that. I have to say, I can't say I didn't want to. I was exhausted. But I wanted to do it because I have to do it because that's the only way that I was able to be a normal person now. So I had my breakfast, lunch, and dinner in my pocketbook because I got on the plane. Because what happens if they cancel? My husband can just go and get something anywhere. I can't. So I have, thanks, Theta. So I have it with me. So I have to say that I remember seeing that person that I told you about who told me just to weigh and measure my food. She had this piece about her. Honestly, I don't have that. I'm not a very Zen person. I still have a lot going on upstairs, a lot of talking, a lot of chatter in here. But the difference is that I am aware of my food issue, and I accept that I have this food issue and or this disease. So I'm not happy about it, but I don't have to be happy about it. And I accept that. So I go between, not between, I keep awareness and acceptance in my head all the time. I get depressed, but I don't eat over it. I get angry, but I don't eat over it. I have resentments. I don't hold on to them very long anymore, thank God. I, but I don't eat over it. And to me, that is the most important thing. And to be able to not eat over it is amazing. I do shop too much, but I catch myself earlier than when I'm like, oh my God, my credit cards are like, who knows where. So that's the whole thing with the awareness and the acceptance. There was something else that I really, really wanted to mention and I forgot. But I'm so grateful, and I just know that just looking at the time. Okay, so I just know that without this program, I know exactly where I would be, and I don't want to be there anymore. And it's really, I think it's always about the weight for me, and at this point, it's always about the health for me. But it used to only be about the weight because I came into this program to lose weight. I didn't realize that it was going to help me be a better person to myself. Oh, I know what I wanted to mention. So I still don't have a shut-off valve. When I start eating, I want more. When I finish my delicious breakfast, when I finish my delicious lunch, it doesn't matter how delicious or how big it is because whatever I'm weighing is lighter. I want more. I could be stuffed and I want more. I could be hungry and I want more. That's why I realize now that I needed GreySheet rather than the OA program because I was able to play around. There's no playing around here. And that's for someone like me. I need those boundaries. I need those boundaries with what I eat. I need those boundaries with what I say. I need those boundaries with what I think. I need those boundaries in the way I shop, the way I don't know, I wish I could have cleaning issues, but I don't, because my house is like filled, but I found out about a program for that too, thank God. But so I mean, the gratitude is through the roof. And I have to say that if this were a couple of months ago and I was coming to Florida today, I just flew in this morning, I would have called and canceled and said, sorry, I can't speak. You'll get someone else, figuring you would get someone else. Not anymore. I made a commitment. And I made a commitment to, thanks, Theta, I made a commitment to myself to do this program. I made a commitment to Theta, who asked me to speak on this meeting. And that's important to me. So I am a better person. I am a better person. And I'm beginning, not so great at it, I'm beginning to be better to myself. What goes on in my head, I will call myself you idiot sometimes, but that goes away. I say, no, you can't treat yourself that way. Like it's just better. GreySheet just makes me better in every single way. And I am so grateful. And no matter what is something that I live by. And no matter what, I will keep weighing and measuring my food like I was told to, a lot of years ago. So thanks so much. And thank you very much for this meeting.